BBC Radio Oxford. Right then, it is 10:23 Friday morning with me, Adam Ball. Welcome to the show if you have just switched the radio on. You are never more than a mile from a victim of modern-day slavery. Now, that's according to the county's anti-slavery coordinator. In Oxfordshire, around 70 potential victims of modern-day slavery have been identified over this summer alone. Angela Cook is a Banbury author who's written all about teenage trafficking with her best-selling book, Smuggled. And I'm pleased to say Angela joins me now in the studio for a chat about this. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Adam. Good to be here.
It's great to have you back with us.
Yeah.
Now, of course, this subject is really close to your heart, isn't it?
Absolutely. As you've heard from Rachel and also the other young person, the person that spoke, as a psychologist working with young people, I have come across this so much. It had become such a big issue that 2 years ago, I thought we must do something. We need to let young people especially know how to be able to spot and to stop, to know when it's happening to you, and also to know, to be curious and courageous and know when it's happening to the young person that's your friend or next door, or young person that's your friend at school. And that's the reason I wrote this book.
It's about educating, isn't it? Spotting the signs. That's the real key thing here.
Exactly, spotting the sign. And as I spoke about this book, and this young person that was able to spot that something wasn't all that for their friend, and they caused a racket, they ruffled the feathers. It's something that people don't want to talk about. We don't want to talk about this. But this young person, this kid, this teen was like, no, it's not happening under my watch. It's not happening. And he just made such a fuss about it. He got everyone involved. And this is how this girl, this main character, who is Tuliana, was actually removed from. She didn't even know that was happening. This, remembered, Adam, was a school trip that turned into a trafficking trip. Yeah. And like the lady from Elmo said, sometimes kids don't even know that it's happening to them. But the problem is, maybe you've heard in the news and all that, the trauma, the long-term trauma and suffering it causes to people who have been trafficked, who have been exploited in this way, it's just hideous. It's just crazy. And that's why I am so passionate about talking about this subject. And so that if every teenager knows, this is what it is, this is what it looks like, then they can be, you're not catching me on that. And if it happens to their friends, they can raise an alarm, And that's what we want.
Sometimes looking from the outside in, it's easier to spot these things as well, isn't it? So it's about educating people to look out for themselves, but also look out for each other.
Exactly.
Talk to us a little bit about your book, Smuggled. So kind of how did you start that and where does it go?
Oh, wow. How long have we got?
2 minutes.
Right.
I'm joking.
So, that's fine. As I mentioned, we have this main teen, right? She's a teenage girl who is, she's smart, she's clever, she's pretty, right? And everything. And so the recruiters, what they do, they decide, we're going to make this into a school trip. We're going to recruit her and pretend it's a school trip. Which kid doesn't want to go on a lovely, nice, abroad, with all these promises, right? Trip, right? And she fitted the bill only to actually find out, this is not what it is. But by then, she was already gone. She was already in the shackles of them. But then the good thing is, there was this other kid that I talked about, who is Jonathan. Jonathan says, what happened to my friend? Where is she? What's happening to her? How come no one's talking about her? This is not right. We need to say something. And this is what it's all about. Again, Adam, as I said, we have to encourage and empower teenagers to be able, like you said, to spot from outside and actually raise alarm and say, my friend's no longer the same. My friend, where are they? Where are they gone? I haven't seen them in 3 days. Yeah. I don't know what's happening to them. And this is what we want them to know. And in the book, when you read, I mean, it's so, there's people that have read it, and even myself, I can say, you won't put it down. You know why? Because the imagery there is just, even sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, what is happening? Like, what is happening? And
you wrote it.
And I wrote it. Sometimes I read them like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
And you can feel the pain of the girl, but you also can feel the pain of this. I call him a white ally, right? I call him a white ally because it didn't matter to him that this other girl was a black girl. He was there thinking, this is a kid just like me. She should be having a whole life in front of her. What has happened to her? Right? And he's saying, no, we need to look for her. And remember, this kid was a very privileged kid. And he actually ended up losing a lot of his privileges in the first place because even the family didn't want to get involved. It's a very touchy subject, you know?
And that's probably why this book, I think, should be in every single school library. I mean, is that something that you're pushing for?
Adam, I don't know whether I'm allowed to say I love you very much on here.
You're welcome to say that if you like.
I do. And that's why right now, which is Black History Month, I asked myself, how can I serve the community? How can I do better? Do something different. And I said, I'm trying my best with everyone's support to get this book smuggled in every library, in every high school, and in every college. And I've actually bought 300 to take to schools. But obviously, I need people's support to be able to post them to those schools.
Of course.
To be able to, and we actually have a GoFund page that says, help this book smuggled reach every teenager. And I'm just asking, if you can, because every penny of that, everything literally goes into schools. And that's all I'm asking everyone to do. And if we can partner in this and get this book in every school, then we are empowering our young people, our teenagers, to be able to spot and stop this hideous, I don't want to cry, hideous crime.
Well,
right?
70 potential victims in Oxfordshire.
Exactly.
Just this summer.
Adam.
Crazy.
And
crazy.
That is underreported.
Yeah.
I can tell you there are so many who are suffering in silence. As the lady from Elmo said, what can we do? How can you serve? How can you contribute towards eliminating this crime?
Well, let's give out all the details anyone needs right now if they work at a school that would really love a copy of your book, or if they would like to donate and help your GoFundMe page to be able to help you continue this. So where's your GoFundMe page if they want to just donate, even if it's just a $5, anything helps?
Exactly. Anything to be able to get this book. The page, the GoFund page is called Help This Book Smuggled Reach Every Teenager.
Loving the title.
That's it. It's very simple, it's very clear, and it's very direct, because truly that's what we're asking.
And if anyone wants to get in touch with you directly to get a copy of the book, how can they do that? Have you got a website or an email address?
Yes, I do. As you know, I'm the founder of Raising Remarkable Teenagers.
I do.
And you guys can find me on Banbury. It's 01295 368 042. That's my number. It's on WhatsApp. You can call me. I am open to serving the community, because that's where my heart is.
Well, you are a wonderful human being, Angela. Thank you again for coming in and talking to us about this. And I hope that, and we'll do what we can to help you with this, but I really hope that every single school in Oxfordshire at least gets a copy of this book so that the teenagers can read it.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Adam.
It's a pleasure.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Angela. Right, let's look at the roads in a second. It's 24 minutes to